we're done with the retired jerseys. We talked about the retired jerseys last week. Dion said we wouldn't even be talking about Shedeur getting his jersey retired if his last name wasn't Sanders. And Dion was right, but not in the way he thought, because, yeah, Travis Hunter's jersey gets retired. No problem. Shedeur's jersey, I don't know. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about what Jordan Seaton, the offensive tackle from Colorado, said last week when Colorado's starting center went into the transfer portal. Jordan Seaton tweeted, "Can't even build a true brotherhood anymore. Too much I and me. Ari sent this to me immediately. You have takes."
I do, but I didn't think they were that hot, and then people went freaked out because, like,
well, I wanted to argue with you too, so I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to counterpunch.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Before I tell you what my take is on this, Jordan Seaton is a 5-star player who came to Colorado out of high school and is going to be a multi-year starter. So this may not even apply to him specifically, because he is a person that kind of did it the old-fashioned way. Now, I don't know if he would have ended up at Colorado, in any other regime, obviously, because Deion Sanders is the draw there. But how can you be worried about brotherhood and creating something that lasts in relationships when you also opted to play for a program that's maybe amongst the most transient in college football? Like, it's like, and I'm not even saying that he doesn't have a right to crave that or want that. But at the same time, you have your, YouTube channel, you have, your social media handles on the back of your jerseys for practice. Their number one selling point as a program is to come build your personal brand. They axed, 80% of their roster when he got there, and have been very, and I think the churn is slowing down as the build is getting more advanced, but they do churn their roster quite a bit. And you have players coming to Colorado for specific reasons that aren't go play with your brothers on Saturday. Now, that might be less true everywhere, because I do think that NIL and branding and all those things are important to everybody. As we just got done talking about Michigan, which was supposedly the poster child for brotherhood, having a $10 million quarterback over the contract. But, like, at the same time, it's just like every single Colorado graphic, every single visit graphic has primetime written all over it. Like, their coach is the most showy and most me person there is. So it just, I thought it was kind of a bizarre thing to hear from somebody at Colorado, because you pick Colorado for your own personal interest, maybe more than any other program in college football. And I didn't think that was crazy. Am I nuts?
I'm going to push back on you, because
the whole program.
Jordan Seaton didn't.
Yeah.
Jordan Seaton's like the one person who can make this statement. Like, he's the one person there who can make this statement, because he did sign out of high school.
But Jordan Seaton making this statement is me buying a minivan and saying, "God damn it, why doesn't the convertible top come down?" I'm not saying he can't say it, but like,
you're saying that Colorado didn't go crazy, that Colorado went Colorado.
But I'm saying, if that's something that you're concerned with, then that's something that you should have considered when you were making your decision. You can't make a decision based on brotherhood and teammates and building a bond while also opting for the place that less accentuates that.
Well, here's the thing. He's actually playing for a fairly normal team on that front in terms of movement now. Yeah. Definitely not normal the previous 2 years.
What do you think even triggered that?
Yeah, I went and looked up the numbers, because I was like, okay, are they still doing the kind of churn they were doing? Because if they are, then he really shouldn't say anything.
There's no way that they could continue the pace that they were in year one.
No, but they have gone back to the pack much quicker than I thought they would. So transfers in this offseason 21, transfers out 27. That's not that different from most programs in the power conferences. There's a few, obviously Clemson's going to be different, but that's not that different than most programs. But I am very mad because we have already scheduled a trip out of town this weekend. I just found out I can get Parker McCollum tickets in Gainesville at the O'Connell Center for $30. Parker McCollum, one of the best country artists going right now. $30. on Saturday. I'm mad. But I also found out Bare Naked Ladies coming to St. Augustine next month. I have seen them in concert. They are awesome. You can get in there. I believe $58 is the get-in price on Game Time. Ari, if you wanted to go get some last-minute tickets on Game Time, Kendrick Lamar and SZA at Jerry World on Saturday. You know you want to see Kendrick. You don't want to hear him say A minor in person.
My wife bought tickets on Game Time to the Post Malone concert like a month ago.
Nice.
And the Post Malone concert's on May 9th, and we didn't know it's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. Love you. But then we found out that our daughter's dance recital is the same day, and like her like show starts at 6:30 p.m. and she's the 10th act. Which, by the way, in
those dance recitals, they go fast. So you'll get to Post. I hope Post is doing the country album, and also I hope your wife used the code Staples when she bought those tickets, because your first purchase on the Game Time app, if you use the code Staples, $20 off. Terms apply, of course. So download the app, use code Staples, $20 off. Hopefully Ari will make it to the Post Malone show. Hopefully he will play Guy for that. Hopefully he will play Devil I've Been. Great song off that country album. To understand how different it is for Colorado, they had, hold on, it's coming up. It's a big number. They had 43 in and 45 out last year. And then the year before, Deion's first year, they had 50 in and 55 out. So they have actually moved back to the pack a lot faster than I thought they would. They are trying.
Andy, the 2020 thing? Is that where most teams are?
It's where most power conference teams are.
Okay, because 20 seems like a lot still. That's
nope, it's not.
Roster. Yeah.
So, yeah, it is fairly normal. It's maybe kind of high side of normal, but it's not that different. I'll give you an example. Like Texas Tech, who we have as the number one transfer portal class, they have 18 in and 25 out.
But
Colorado's 20 and 27.
If Texas Tech had a player a year from now who came in as part of this transfer class, now that the oil money's in,
but he didn't. Jordan Seaton did come in as a transfer.
Okay. But Jordan Seaton came in when the program was. If a freshman who signed with Texas Tech this year out of high school complained about transient nature of the sport when he chose a program that operated that way, it would.
I like this, Ari. I'm sorry. I like this. I think Jordan Seaton is the one person who's qualified to say this at Colorado.
But if that was what he was worried about, then why isn't he at Clemson right now? He was a 5-star.
But I like that this matters to him at Colorado, because how does Colorado become what you keep saying it can become? Is you have people like this who establish something there. That's how it becomes what you keep saying. Well, if Deion does this, and if Deion recruits this way, and if Deion does, okay, well, guess what,
Andy?
That's what they're doing.
Don't drag me into the pits of hell, because I can't go on that rant again. If you're more concerned with this comment being the thing that brings you to the brotherhood part than the thing that they should be doing, which is getting a bunch of Jordan Seatons, don't make me do this again, please.
I love when you do it,
podcast, but like
I know it drives you crazy. I just like pushing the Ari yells about Deion not going on high school visits button.
But you don't say 2 weeks ago when I'm screaming about recruiting high school that they don't have to do it that way anymore, and then take the side of brotherhood is awesome at Colorado, because that's exactly what I've been saying. Like, yeah, you're right. If this statement means that they're going to go try to get 7 Jordan Seatons a year, then I'm all for it. But like, if you're Jordan Seaton and you epitomize what building out of high school represents, then don't be upset when your teammates that came to Colorado for very different reasons aren't seeing eye to eye with that. And also, too, like, say what you want about like Deion Sanders, the guy's a genius. He's a very showy, flashy, me individual, is he not? That's how Colorado is in the position that it is to begin with. Like,
well, as producer River pointed out, Jordan Seaton committed on undisputed, so not your typical. But again, I don't care. He signed out of high school. He wants to build something there. Like Jordan Seaton, I'm sure, has had opportunities to go elsewhere. He's really good.
Jordan Seaton went to Hawaii on vacation and complained about how you can't ski. No?
Listen, he's a 20-year-old.
Okay.
And I don't mind this. Like, you think it's dumb that he's saying it. I don't mind this. And I think
he's a very good
it only
player.
helps Colorado to have someone who's really good, who came out of high school, who believes this way. You kind of need those people if you ever want to build anything. That's how you build something is you get people like that who believe in what you're doing, who love it, who don't understand why everybody else doesn't want to be there.
And then if Jordan Seaton's ideologies in life are contagious and it has a lasting impact on Colorado, what's step 2 of that build?
Keep building.
How?
Keep getting more of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Okay. How?
I'll offer them out of high school. You don't have to go to their high school. Listen, I agree with you that yes, he would recruit better if he went to if he did the home visits.
You know that,
but
that scene
he's not going to do it no matter how many times you yell at him about it. Get over it.
Like where Jim Carrey is like just like going.
He's not going to do it.